Alright, yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and today I wanted to talk about buyouts on PokeMMO. Now, if you don't know, buyouts are essentially when someone tries to buy out an entire page or a large quantity of an item on the market and tries to essentially artificially raise the price of an item. Now, today we're going to be looking at Richest Charms 75%. Now, this is an item that is only released during events, so essentially their supply comes in, and then as more time passes, there's less of them in the game until another event drops. Their price usually gradually increases. That happens a ton. It's really important. It's really normal. But there have been a little bit of fucky-wucky moments, I guess is the best way to say it, with Richest Charms, where people have been buying them out, artificially raising the price. And it's an important thing to be aware of and keep track of, so you understand when to buy your Richest Charms, when to stock up, and when to avoid that market. Now, I know it's kind of hard to see here, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, but I'm going to show you guys the x-axis and the y-axis. We can obviously see on the left-hand side here, we see the amounts of Pokeyen, and then on the bottom side, we see the dates. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. We're talking about the Richest Charm 75%, of course. I'm going to go ahead and zoom into a specific section to show you guys what's going on. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and look at the first half of the graph. This was normal stuff, just traditional stuff going on. So back in August, it was around 40k for Richest Charms. That's usually the price that sits at. The last time Richest Charms were brought into the game prior to August/September were back in June or July during the 10-year anniversary event, which was a really big deal. So they sat around 38k, 40k or so during all of that. Pretty average, pretty normal stuff. Just kind of continues to rise. And then eventually we do reach late October, and that's when the Halloween event happens, and that's when prices start to drop and change. Alright, so now let's look at the right side, or the later half of the graph. We can go over to October, so the sort of Halloween event happens around October 30th. Let's go around there. Prices start to tank. This is super normal. A large supply of them are being brought into the game. Their bottom out price was around 29 or 30k, which is awesome. It's always nice to see that. It's always smart to stock up on Richest Charms during events. And then essentially the event ends. They slowly rise. This is all normal stuff. But then we see a bit of a buyout here where Richest Charms reach around 32k and they get bought all the way up to 45k. So that's the first stage of the buyout, and this happened on November 6th. So this is slightly after the Halloween event ended, I believe, or maybe even towards the end of it. But still, there's a lot of Richest Charms in the game, so they go back down in price, they readjust, they get kind of naturally bought here. I don't think any of this is a buyout up until around here. And then on November 20th, they get bought out again. So it seems like Richest Charms, and I could be wrong, this could just be naturally people sort of, maybe many people, maybe hundreds of people on that day decided to stock up on Richest Charms. I kind of doubt it. I feel like these are kind of stages of buyout, but it's all up to personal perception, right? This is just data. How you interpret that data can be wildly different, and it's really hard to draw conclusions, etc., etc. It's a lot of guesstimation. But so we see Richest Charm here go from 40k on November 20th all the way up to 47k on the 21st. Prices then readjust, go back down to 40k. When it happens that quickly, when it rises so quickly and readjusts back down so quickly, that's usually showing a pretty big sign of a buyout, in my opinion. But continuing on, we see that price change. It kind of stays, it kind of goes back up, and it kind of stays at around 46 or 47k. Now this is much higher than before, where it was around 40k for months after its last supply was dropped and it had ended. Now we come over to November 30th, where it's around 47k, which is already kind of high, and it gets bought out all the way up to, at the peak, this doesn't even show it, at the peak it was at like 70k or something. There was like one Richest Charm listed for like 70k, so they got totally bought out. 75% charms were totally bought out off of the entire GTL. Here it shows 53k as the average, which is really high for a Richest Charm 75% price. And now they sit at around 50k or so. 40, and they might be back down a little bit more. This graph shows 49k or so, 50k there, but I think they're back to around 48k in game. I can probably go ahead and show you guys that here in a quick sec, but it's really interesting. So someone has clearly been buying these out. It's been 3 sections, 3 periods of buyout. We see one here on November 6th, we see one here on November 21st to 20th, and we see another one on December 1st / November 30th. I'm really curious as to who's buying these out and why they would do this. I don't think it's a very smart move, at least long term. Maybe they've been already able to make short-term profit enough to make it worth it. However, the Christmas event is quickly approaching. They're on a time crunch. If they don't sell all the Riches Charms they've bought out before December 25th, then they're going to be in a really sticky situation, because it's very likely that Riches Charm 75% will come back into the game on December 25th during the Christmas event. So pretty interesting to see this. I don't know who would do this or why they would do this. I don't know if it was just all unintentional. This price change does seem really inorganic, I will say. Like, it raising this much, think about back in September and August and everything, it was 40k, and throughout the history of the Riches Charm, it's always been around 40k, and obviously you could say maybe people are becoming more aware of it, more people are using Riches Charms, so just driving up the price. I understand that to some extent, but I don't think it would raise this much. I don't think it would go from a solid 38 to 40k average months after an event to literally we're still in the middle of event season. There's still going to be so many Riches Charms coming into the game, and it's spiking up to like 55k or so, 53, 50k. This is way too high, way too high for a Riches Charm 75%. Really interested to see this. I think it'll go on over the next couple days to sort of readjust. Right now, obviously, it's sitting at 48k. I think it'll continue to go down unless they try to buy it out again. But I don't know why you would do that. Just wait until December 25th. If you want to buy Riches Charms, I would really just try to wait. Now, obviously, I would buy just enough to do your amount of gym runs every day leading up to the gym runs are so good. You're still going to be able to profit more on the charm at this cost versus amulet coins. So, don't get me wrong. Don't stop buying Riches Charms in totality, but don't stock up on them right now. Try to be smart, be right about your economic moves, and always be watching the PokeMMO economy. That should be it for today's video. Hopefully this was interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If it was, consider clicking the like button to let me know what kind of content you guys like to see, and subscribe to see daily PokeMMO videos. The Discord is also linked down below if you want to join a really cool community and see sort of inside information like this on a more daily basis. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Best of luck. Make smart choices. Peace. Thanks for watching until the end of the video, and if your name is on this list, thank you again. I really appreciate you guys watching my content, and I really appreciate you going above and beyond and supporting my content via YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, subs, etc., etc. Thank you guys once again, and just have a great day.